Hello again, this is Lisa and today I'm gonna build a tiny house. I have been seeing a couple of these tiny houses on YouTube and I thought, well, let's give it a go. I tried it a couple of times before starting this build to see how big it should be and decided that it was gonna be a little bit more than 5 by 5 using a couple of custom doors. And this was a very confusing part because I thought it was gonna fit right there, but it just wasn't. So eventually I'm gonna change this part and move the bathroom to the other side. Then it fits. At one point it fits right there. And I don't know why it's not fitting right now. I have no clue why it's not working. So then I think, well, maybe it's the flooring. We could give it some flooring, maybe that will work. Because you would think that it would just work. I could just, now it works. No one knows why it didn't work before, but we got stairs in. I thought to use the spiral staircase just to give it a little bit more room, because if you use a normal staircase it wouldn't fit and you will lose a lot of room. I don't know why I picked orange cabinets, but we did. And if you see the screenshots that I post at the end of the video, you will see that I actually changed the color of the cabinets. It's really hard to find a way to fit it all in, everything that you need in a house. Especially, you would say that's a lot of space, but not if you have to put everything in it. And now we have the problem of somehow I'm gonna have to fit a chair in with that table, 2 chairs. I keep thinking, what can I move to make it fit better? I just couldn't think of what I should move. But in a second you will see it will get its final shape. Moving the cabinets around. And still stuck with the table and having to have chairs there, and I don't know. And here we decided to use a little bit of the bathroom space. And now we have a place for the table. And we have a sim here, it's gonna check it out if it works. it comes. So that works, that's nice. And we're working on the bathroom at the moment. It was very fun to build a tiny house like this. But it did take a little bit of time to figure out where to put what, just to make sure that I had room for everything that you need in a house. And I just decided that my sim is gonna like yellow, because the whole house is gonna be yellow on the inside, yellow wallpaper, yellow couch, yellow chairs, yellow cabinets in the end. And we even fit a desk and a computer in this tiny house. I was looking for a rug to put on there. Trying to find a good pattern for it. Then we pull out a dresser, change the color of it. I think it didn't want me to have a color there. Yeah, now we do it. We put a mirror above it. A plant and a set of books on there. Another lamp. I really like this idea with the two rugs. Now it looks like there's one big rug underneath the bed, which is not, but it's always nice to have a bit of a rug when you get out of bed. And now you see me delete that and think we're not doing anything at the moment. I hope we're gonna continue with the moment. I really hope so. Yeah, and here we go. I think we're gonna put some roofing up here and there. Always my favorite part of the build, the roof. And we're gonna put a little balcony out. So we need some kind of support for it. And we end up with those. And now we have to find something that will fit with what I was planning on having on the build. And it just was not looking how I wanted it to look. Not even a tiny bit, so I and we just go with the normal stone grey. I really like these types of pillars for this house. Really suits it. And I was looking for this custom fence I have. Because that will fit nicely with the columns we already have in the rest of the house. Then we move on to the flooring, I believe. If it would let me. Then we put some nice flooring outside. Give it some strange kind of little thing in the middle. I don't know. I just was doing stuff and it looked nice, so we did it. And we put the balcony on, and I think we're gonna grab the door from downstairs and put it upstairs, which is always good. So you have some continuity in your home. Putting a little settee outside for people to eat, in case he has guests over, because inside's not a lot of room, but you could have them outside. You can have them eat outside. And here we think of what we want to do with the outside wall. I actually wanted some kind of wood on the lower side, but I couldn't find anything that suits my taste. So in the end we go with something completely different, which turns out okay. Yeah, I really like this idea. I had it looks like a very nice house for a bachelor or something. I don't really think you should really want to live in a house like this with more than 2 Sims. 2 would be even a lot in such a tiny house. And we find some windows. Change the color of it, of course, because I don't want white windows. That's the only thing that I didn't really like about this house, is when you look at it from the front, it's very plain, very, I don't know, just was not really what I was looking for. And here we're trying to find some nice curtains to go with it. moving the table just a slight bit. Finding a nice plant to put next to it. Because you do need some green in your life. Something to put on that blank wall. Some outside activities. Some skill building items for him. Or, I don't know. I'm not planning to play this house, but you could. It probably would fit. I do think you have to, at some point, expand the house a bit, because this is a very tiny house. Putting the essentials in the fire alarm and the burglar alarm. Now we're trying to do the wallpaper downstairs. Something very, well, plain looking. And the wallpaper upstairs also gonna be yellow. I would never want to live in a house that is this yellow, but hey, some people like it. I usually would go for a bluish kind of color, maybe a bit of green, but never yellow, no. But hey, you have to expand your horizons. There probably are people that like this. We're changing the terrain paint a bit, as it was this very green plot of land, and now it looks more like grass, just some plain grass. Putting some big trees outside. And I thought, well, let's put a bit of a hedge around the place, just to give him a little bit of privacy. So the first portion I did was okay, and then the second portion I keep skipping places. Here where I live, you never see a garden that isn't fenced off or hedged off. Don't know why, but people just don't do that. Put in some flowers up front. Yellow, of course, because that was the theme for the house. Bit of yellow here. And we go around doing some more terrain paint under the hedges and under the trees in a second. I think we're almost done with the video, if I remember correctly. Yeah. A little bit more of terrain painting. And in case you're wondering, I did forget the wallpaper in the bathroom, but in the end I changed it. And I don't think you really can tell, but it's in the last screenshots I post at the end of the video. Giving the house a fire pit, because that's always fun with friends. A couple of chairs around them. A bit more of terrain paint. And we needed the bookcase, because that's always a very essential piece. And a couple of chairs outside, because you want to read your book somewhere. Recoloring the chairs to make sure it all looks a bit more the same. I think we're now done. Don't think I changed much more. Except of course for the parts that I didn't add in. Oh, and we're gonna do a little bit of balcony at the front. See, it's a very blank wall, and I just really wanted to do something there, but just couldn't figure out what. And of course that didn't fit. And that didn't fit here. So what did we do? I don't think we did anything. Trying to look at these items, what they were, because that's definitely not gonna fit in the roof. And that didn't look good either. So I think we're just gonna leave it after we do the little bit at the front of the house. Yeah, there it goes. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!